Everyone thinks they know what life is like for Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. The glamorous photos, the luxury lifestyle, the massive fame. It all looks perfect from the outside. But according to Hailey herself, the reality behind that spotlight is a lot more intense than most people realize. Because living under constant public scrutiny means every move they make gets analyzed, every relationship moment becomes a headline, and every rumor spreads across the internet within minutes. And for Hailey, the pressure of being constantly watched, judged, and discussed online has never truly gone away. But here's the surprising part. Hailey says the one thing that keeps her grounded through all the noise isn't fame, success, or even experience. It's the fact that she married someone who understands the pressure better than almost anyone else on the planet. Living in the spotlight might look glamorous from the outside, but for Hailey Bieber, the reality is far more complicated. In a recent interview, Hailey admitted something that surprised a lot of fans. Dealing with public scrutiny never actually gets easier. No matter how long you've been famous, the constant opinions, headlines, and online commentary never really fade away. Every decision becomes a discussion, every photo sparks speculation, and every small moment in her personal life somehow turns into a story people feel entitled to analyze. Hailey explained that being constantly perceived by millions of people creates a kind of pressure that's difficult for most outsiders to fully understand. Even when you try to ignore the noise, the endless stream of opinions can still be overwhelming, and the internet only amplifies it. Social media has turned celebrity lives into a non-stop conversation, where fans, critics, and strangers all feel like they have a voice in what's happening. For someone like Hailey, that means waking up to thousands of comments, theories, and judgments about her life almost every single day. But what makes her situation even more unique is the person she shares that spotlight with. Because while Hailey has spent years navigating fame herself, her husband has been living under an even more intense microscope since he was barely a teenager. And that experience would end up becoming one of the most important reasons their relationship works. Because when it comes to understanding the pressure of global fame, almost no one knows it better than Justin Bieber. But Justin's history with fame is also exactly what prepared him to help Hailey survive the same storm. Long before Hailey Bieber ever had to deal with the full weight of global attention, Justin Bieber had already been living inside it for years. Justin didn't just become famous. He became one of the most watched young celebrities in the world almost overnight. As a teenager, every move he made was followed by millions of fans, paparazzi cameras, and constant media coverage. His relationships, his mistakes, even his everyday life quickly turned into worldwide headlines. And growing up under that level of scrutiny can shape a person in ways most people can't imagine. That's exactly why Hailey says having Justin by her side makes such a huge difference. According to her, being married to someone who has already faced the most intense level of public attention creates a kind of understanding that doesn't need explaining. When things online start to spiral, Justin already knows the feeling. He understands the pressure, the rumors, and the endless commentary that comes with living in the public eye. Hailey explained that this shared experience has become one of the biggest sources of comfort in their relationship. Instead of trying to describe what the scrutiny feels like, she's with someone who has already survived it. But even with that level of understanding between them, the outside world never seems to quiet down. Because no matter how strong their relationship appears, the internet always seems to have something new to say about their marriage. And some of those rumors have been louder than others. No matter how many times Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber appear together smiling, the internet always seems to find a new theory about their relationship. Over the years, rumors about their marriage have circulated constantly online. From speculation about relationship problems to fan debates analyzing every social media post, their personal life has become a topic millions of people feel comfortable discussing, even when they don't actually know the truth. And according to Hailey, that constant noise can be exhausting. She admitted that even though celebrities try to develop thick skin, the endless stream of opinions doesn't magically stop hurting. People assume that fame makes criticism easier to handle, but Hailey says that isn't really how it works. Instead, the pressure builds over time. Every comment, every rumor, every trending topic adds to the feeling of being constantly watched. And when those conversations start spreading across social media, it can feel like the entire internet is forming opinions about your life in real time. Fans have even fueled speculation by comparing Hailey's relationship with Justin to his past romance with Selena Gomez. Online debates between fan groups have kept those discussions alive for years, often dragging Hailey into conversations she never asked to be part of. Hailey hasn't confirmed many of the claims circulating online, and much of the speculation remains exactly that, speculation. But the constant attention still creates pressure that most couples would never have to deal with, which is exactly why Hailey says having people around her who truly understand the experience is so important. Because Justin isn't the only person in her life who knows what it feels like to live under that level of attention. When the pressure of fame starts to feel overwhelming, Hailey Bieber says one thing makes a huge difference: talking to people who actually understand what she's going through. Because the truth is, most people outside the celebrity world simply can't relate to the level of attention public figures deal with every single day. The constant headlines, online debates, and public judgment are experiences that very few people truly understand. That's why Hailey leans on a close circle of friends who live inside that same spotlight. Among them are longtime friends like Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner. Growing up around the entertainment and fashion industries, they've all experienced the intense scrutiny that comes with fame. According to Hailey, being able to talk openly with friends who have faced similar situations can be incredibly comforting. They don't need long explanations about what the pressure feels like. They already know. Sometimes it's simply about sharing experiences, venting about the latest wave of online rumors, or reminding each other that the noise on the internet doesn't define who they are. And that kind of support system can make a major difference when the outside world feels relentless. But even with friends who understand the spotlight, the most important support in Hailey's life still comes from much closer to home. Because behind the headlines and rumors, there's another role that has completely changed the dynamic of her life with Justin: parenthood. While the public mostly sees the red carpets and social media posts, life behind the scenes for Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber has recently taken on a whole new meaning: parenthood. With their son Jack Blues Bieber now part of their world, their relationship isn't just about navigating fame anymore. It's about building a family together while millions of people continue watching from the outside. And according to Hailey, Justin has stepped up in a huge way. While she travels for work and manages her growing business ventures, Justin has often taken on the role of holding things down at home. During one of her recent work trips, Hailey shared that their son was back home with Justin, happily spending time with his dad. For her, that kind of support makes an enormous difference. Balancing a demanding career while raising a child is already challenging, but doing it under constant public attention adds another layer of pressure most parents never have to face. That's why Hailey says having a partner who truly shares the responsibility changes everything. Instead of feeling like she has to choose between family and career, Justin's support gives her the freedom to pursue both. And in many ways, that teamwork has become one of the strongest parts of their relationship. But surprisingly, their partnership doesn't stop at parenting or supporting each other emotionally. Because sometimes, Justin and Hailey take that teamwork into an entirely different space, working together creatively in ways fans might not expect. For many couples, mixing relationships with business can be risky. But for Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber, it's actually something they genuinely enjoy. Hailey has explained that collaborating with Justin doesn't feel like work at all. Instead, it feels like two people sharing the same creative energy and supporting each other's passions. Rather than separating their professional lives completely, they sometimes bring those worlds together. Whether it's creative ideas, brand collaborations, or simply supporting each other's projects, they approach it more like a shared adventure than a business arrangement. According to Hailey, the mindset is simple. If both of them are passionate about something, why not explore it together? That approach has helped them build a partnership that goes beyond the typical celebrity relationship. It's not just about romance. It's about teamwork, creativity, and supporting each other's ambitions. And for fans watching from the outside, those moments of collaboration reveal a different side of their relationship, one that isn't defined by headlines or internet speculation. But even with strong teamwork, supportive friends, and a growing family, the pressure of global fame never completely disappears. Because living in the spotlight means the noise from the outside world is always waiting to return. For all the glamorous photos and viral moments, Hailey Bieber says there's a side of fame that most people never truly understand. Behind the luxury lifestyle and massive popularity is the constant reality of being watched, judged, and talked about by millions of strangers. Every appearance, every post, and every public moment can suddenly become the center of a massive online discussion. And according to Hailey, that level of attention never fully becomes normal. Over time, you might learn how to handle it better. You might become more careful about what you read online, or how much attention you give to the rumors. But that doesn't mean the negativity magically stops affecting you. Hailey admitted that criticism and speculation can still be painful, even after years in the spotlight. The difference now is that she's learned how to speak more openly about how those moments make her feel instead of just trying to ignore them. And during those difficult moments, the person who understands that pressure the most is still right beside her. Because few people on the planet have experienced the extreme highs and lows of global fame the way Justin Bieber has. That shared experience has quietly become the foundation of their relationship, something that helps them support each other when the outside world gets loud. And in many ways, it may be the biggest reason their relationship continues to survive the intense spotlight surrounding them. But when you step back and look at everything they've faced together, one question still remains.